Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wizards Outlook. Joined as always, we got Carter W. Jr., Raymond Lyons, and Wilson Turpey Jr. Now, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine close things out late as the Bulls top the Wizards 115 to 111. Ray, we'll start with you. Just your thoughts on this one.
Typical Wizards. Make a rally late and not able to cap it off. Shot poorly from the free throw line. You know, they kind of play like a young team that's trying to figure it out. And that's bad considering they intentionally got veterans to avoid these type of situations. But yeah, man, just lapses throughout the game that led to the Bulls, taking advantage. You said during the broadcast, you got guys like Levine and DeRozan that could turn up at any moment, and that's what they did heading down the stretch. And the Wizards was going blow for blow for a second, but DeRozan came up with the big strip on Denny, led to a fast break. Then Levine was hitting crazy shots, and Vooch had it going as well. And the Wizards couldn't close the gap. Just led to another loss. Yeah, man, it's just becoming business as usual. They're not making the winning plays. They're not covering the basics, and the record is reflecting it. So yeah, they got to get that under control, man. But Monte Morris, he had a decent game. Had a few more turnovers that I like, but overall, he had a steady hand, scoring the ball well. Had 8 assists. Kuz, he did Kuz like things. Hit some timely shots, but had some erratic moments as well. Porzingis, he got to the free throw line, didn't convert as many as he should have, and just on the defensive end, man, he's got to have more of a presence. Gaff gave him good minutes, so there were some bright spots, but we're beyond that at this point, man. They shouldn't be 11-14, and they got to figure that stuff out.
Cardell.
Yeah, the Bulls made more winning plays, and even when the game was close, and as y'all know, I was saying I was waiting for them, DeRozan and LaVine, to get going because I felt like that's the edge that they had over the Wizards. They got two guys that can close, and that's exactly what happened in the fourth. DeRozan scored 15 points in the fourth, and LaVine scored 13, and pulled out a close victory. But still got to look at the Wizards. The Wizards got to look in the mirror. Don't turn the ball over a lot. You hit your free throws. You don't settle for bad threes for like the millionth straight game. You pull this out. Wizards beat themselves. Wizards are beating themselves lately. You know what I'm saying? Like the last, I say, month or so, they're beating themselves. Just poor shot selection. Like they take shots. Like some of the shots they take is just I don't give a shots. Just I have daylight to shoot the ball, and I'm going to do that. No rhyme or reason. You know what I'm saying? No flow, no nothing, and it kills momentum. You know what I mean? And bad shots are sometimes just like a turnover because it oftentimes creates a long rebound, which helps your opposing team get out on the open court and get easy baskets. You would think they would have caught on by now, but obviously tonight they haven't. Porzingis fairly efficient night, except for deep. You 0 for 6. Why are you taking 6 3-pointers? You notice the Bulls only took 23 3-pointers and they hit 10. They stayed within what they do well. And that's how they were able to pull out a close game, even though they didn't play the best themselves. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. If they'd have played a higher quality team, they would have lost, probably by double digits. But playing the Wizards, who defense is up and down, shot selection is poor, turning the ball over, that they were able to pull it out. It's no point in getting upset or getting emotional about it. This is something on them. This is something that the Wizards got to figure out and got to say to them, so do they want to win games or not? Right now, they're 3-9 on the road. So they can't even win on the road. So Like I said, I'm not gonna get frustrated anymore. It's frustrating to a certain point, but I'm not gonna allow it to overwhelm my night because it's things that they can control. If they couldn't control it, they didn't have the talent. Same thing we said the other night. I get it, but y'all do, and y'all letting these games go. Whereas now the losing starting to creep in. You looking at it by January and stuff. You gonna be. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, man, because other teams are gaining steam. They're getting healthier. You know what I mean? The chemistry is building. It's growing. So it's about what the Wizards want, man. I'm talking about the players and coaches staff. Do they want to win, or they want to just keep going along like it'll fix itself as we keep going? You know what I mean? So you can't say that hey, Brad's not there and Rui's not there because the same thing was happening when they were fully healthy. You know, so I can't wait to see when DeLon get back because it seemed like when he was there, he was the one doing all the winning plays that they seem to be missing. You know what I mean? When they got off to the good start, he was the guy doing all those things. So I'm anxious to see what he brings once he gets back healthy. But they got to win games before he get there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, y'all just gonna keep losing until he get back. So it's like once again, it's enough blame to go around, man. But they better figure out something, man, because it's not gonna get easy, man. It's getting old seeing the same old little details just plague them and contribute to them losing.
Yeah, like you said, I think that's a big thing. You know, we've been harping on the little things all year, right? Those little things contribute to and not only contribute to, but are also sometimes just the things that directly lead to winning plays. Alex Caruso, look at his box score. You don't think too much tonight. Think about key moments in this game. Can't mention them without Alex Caruso. He had one offensive rebound tonight. It's probably the most important one of the game. You know, flying around the court, scrapping, getting the loose balls, little things, switching when they did switch, hold it up. Those little things hurt. You guys both mentioned it tonight. The Wizards did a good job tonight. They get to the free throw line, but you missed 9 free throws. Meanwhile, Chicago gets to the line 17 times a night. They hit 15 of the 17. You both turned the ball over, so this is one of those rare occasions where both of you turned the ball over willingly tonight, it felt like. And so you can, not to take that out of the equation, but it's rare when both teams have the same amount of high turnovers. But you had that. So then the other little things matter. It feels like there's always several moments during Wizards games where they have a chance to take control of the little moment, and they don't. And it turns into a missed opportunity. And those moments collectively, after the game's over, you think about 3 to 4 of those moments, and that's where those little moments where games go. You had that stretch in the fourth quarter where I think DeMar was out there by himself for a little bit, and then here comes Zach, here comes Vooch. Obviously, the math on the floor changes, and just decisions. DeMar gets the ball in the post. People are walking away from Zach to go double DeMar in the post. I get it. Somebody's in trouble, but you don't walk away from the other guy. Another possession. I think Zach gets into the paint. Cool. I get you would want to help. Turn your back to Vooch. It's a wide open 3. Those plays hurt. Those plays truly hurt. And like you guys said, you can talk about it forever, but it's things that continue to happen. And if DeLon was the only one willing to make those plays, man, that's a damn shame because of there's not an exact date when DeLon gets back. and what are you going to look like by the time he gets back? Right now, just taking a quick look at the standings, we're not even get to what's on the schedule for the rest of this month. You fell to 11th tonight with this loss. Mind you, because Chicago got this game, you're only a half game up on Chicago. Earlier this evening, you were like 3 or 4 spots higher. Again, the rest of the month is not fun in December. By the time the line gets back, it just might not matter at all. So again, these things add up. If you guys had nothing else to add, go ahead and I have to ask it so you guys know what it is. Player of the game.
I'll probably go Cole, DeRozan and Levine because they both closed in the fourth. I think they pretty much scored all the Bulls' points except for about 4. So they did their thing.
Right.
Yeah. Shit. I was even leaning towards the whole 3-headed monster, man. They tore the Wizards up, man. And yeah, Levine and DeRozan, they really put the final nails in the coffin down the stretch.
All right, then X Factor.
I'm gonna go Alex Caruso. He disrupted the Wizards all game long. People gonna look at the points as usual, 5 points, but I'm looking at the 9 assists, the 4 rebounds, and the 4 steals, and only 1 turnover. 32 minutes. He did all the dirty work. He fed DeRozan and Levine and Vucevic, got those guys going. Patrick Williams helped him get buckets and stuff. He did all the little things we talk about the Wizards should be doing, and that's how they were able to hold on and pull it out.
Oh man! All right, on to some of these comments. All right, we got Biggie Steve coming out the gates firing. What's the straight dumpster juice? How do you guys go away from Gaff in the last few minutes when he's producing? Take Kispert out and put him in. And Barton had too many minutes and not enough production. You guys have at it.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna start with Barton. Will, come on, boy. You better than this. Will got to step up. We got to come on, man. You at the crib. Come on, dog. Man, you got the nickname the Thrill for a reason, man. And I wouldn't even be saying nothing if he was washed or he couldn't do it. We know he could do it, and he definitely got to step it up. And on both ends. Yeah, look, at this point, you can point the finger at just about everybody because they're not winning. At the end of the day, the results are what they should be. So, but it's not all on West. That's my thing. You can't just put it all on him because players play, right? It's the player empowerment era, right? They got it. According to them, they can figure it out. Some of them felt like they didn't need to coach. Cool. So these little things we're talking about, they need to get corrected one way or another. I don't care how they got to do it, or the losing will continue. As simple as that. You're on mute, dog.
Sorry. Wes loves his Denver boys. I'll give it to Monte. He bought out a little, but Wes needs to know when to place players at certain times of the game. Damn, Wes.
I mean, yeah, that's cool and all, but they gotta make free throws, not turn the ball over and play defense. Like that's, and nobody has been consistent in any of those areas. So it really don't seem like it matter at this point who's on the floor because they all making the same mistakes. But I mean, yeah, Gaff, I think Gaff deserved to play a little bit more tonight. He was giving them good energy, was making plays. So yeah, West definitely not blameless, but it's certain things that just should be a given, man. And they not giving them much to work with.
All right, Area 11T said tough loss tonight. We play more solid on defense until the fourth, but those missed free throws is killing them.
Yep.
They have a free throw issue for a team that quote unquote has a big three. Have a free throw issue, mind you. When we saw Chicago tonight, regardless of what DeMar and Zach shot from the floor, when they went to the line, they handled business. That's also part of being a good scorer. But hey,
yeah, coming into tonight's game, they're 22nd in the league in free throw shooting. They're 76%, but they're 22nd. So, and this is what we keep saying. Oh, they're 22nd in 3-point shooting percentage, 33%. So, top 15 in field goal percentage though. So.
Someone's doing the math wrong. There you go.
And like where do they? I wonder where they rank in 3-point attempts.
Oh, I got you. Give me a second.
I don't want to know.
That thing will start going up and down. Hold on.
Oh,
3-point attempts, 18, 32.2 a game.
So that number needs to come down because they're shooting well from the field. So that means their 2-pointers they're making. Get rid of a couple of them erratic threes and get some better quality looks. Maybe we having a different conversation.
And they're third in the league in turnovers. Like they only turn it over 13.3 a game. Like tonight was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like like Porzingis normally don't turn the ball over. He had what 5? But that comes from Caruso and those guys digging down hard. And Porzingis, he gotta get more physical, dog. Like I don't know if he noticed. I think on these scouting reports is he don't like contact. He could be a little soft, a little timid. And guys are hitting him when they come down, they're being physical, they taking fouls on him just to get him his mind understanding that they're there. And sometimes like he plays to it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bait him into fouls, and he's trying to beat it that way instead of just physically maintaining and understanding like that's not gonna work on me. So then if you hold up physically, they're gonna eventually stop. Because they can't stop you, you busting their ass, you still putting fouls on them. So they're gonna realize, all right, this ain't working. We want to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a consensus. Every time that we cover a game, teams are extra physical with them. So yeah, man. He gotta get more physical, especially when he has the ball. He gotta be stronger with the ball. You 7'3", 5 turnovers. Like how? I'd rather you just toss it to the rim. Like no one's up there but you, dog.
Yeah, no, you guys are right. And again, it's like it's almost self-sabotaging at times from a shot selection standpoint. Every night. They'll have things going, getting to the rim, and there's a difference in their quality threes usually start from them attacking. But then somebody decides, I got to get this step back 3 off, or I got to get this contested 3 off. You don't, but they do it. It's usually at one of the most inopportune times possible, and it literally leads to direct swings. We saw that a couple times a night. Their bad decisions lead to like 4-point swings. It's tough. And they're not, because of how they play, they're not going to make the requisite winning plays to make up for those 4-point swings. You know, it's tough. Again, it's a thin margin. It's a very thin margin. I think we already talked about West a lot tonight. Man, we had the momentum until about 5 minutes left, and we stopped playing defense. I mean,
Stop. When did you start? Like that's what I'm saying, man. You can't get gas off 2-3 minutes, dog. It's a 48-minute game. You gotta continue to do this. If you get tired, you can't do it. Come on now, let somebody else come in too. Like, you gotta be on the stream, bro. Like, they just lucky that the Bulls trying to figure themselves out. Because if they had themselves figured out, it wouldn't have been a game. Because they got 2 killers over there, and then Vucevic was killing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Him and Porzingis pretty much canceled each other out. So what was the next wave? DeRozan outplayed Kuz, and Levine production outplayed, outweighed what Monte Morris did. That's game. So what I'm saying? So, man. And then the thing is, let's say that's true what you're saying. Why do you stop playing defense with the game on the line in money time, crunch time? What is the game on the line? We trying to win. We can win this game. Why stop? So no, it's just another game of what they've been showing. They're inconsistent, especially defensively.
Maddeningly inconsistent. Here 11T said we got to stop giving away possessions, taking bad shots from the shot clock. Yes, this is one of those things that leads to those swings. Dumb shots or turnovers. Like, just, I don't know a better way to say it. They take some dumb shots. Like I think, Cardo, you said earlier about the difference between the Bulls and the Wizards, especially tonight, was players taking shots within themselves. That's huge. Remember, I think one time Patrick Williams got the ball on the wing, and the announcers were like, oh, he didn't shoot it. Patrick Williams is not shooting that 3 because Patrick Williams doesn't shoot the 3 like that. He was at peace.
I'm respectful for that. He knows what he is at this point. Why am I going to settle for something that I'm not even good at doing? Just because the rest of the league is doing it, you're playing right into your opponent's hands. No, I'm going to do what I do well. I get to this lane, and I make something happen in the air at the basket. You know what I'm saying? And you put the pressure on the defenders, especially a bad defensive team like the Wizards. So why would I settle for 3s?
And another person do that, Caruso. They left them open at times, and He didn't just take 7 open threes just because he was wide open. He closed the space and made somebody else, made a bad defensive team do something bad, and a good, Zach gets an open 3 or DeMar gets space. Like, you don't have to just because it's there, and that's where a lot of people, man, decision making is huge. Do you think Kuz or Rui leaves before the deadline or someone else?
I don't know about Kuz because the money he's going to demand with how he's been playing this year. I mean, who can afford him? Maybe he could. I'm not saying it's impossible. Like, he can go to like a contender and possibly win. But he's going he's going to demand 9 figures. It is what it is. He's been hooping. He's earned it. Rui's different because he's banged up. And the reserve, I'm not sure. He's been good as well when he's played, but I'm not sure, especially off the bench. But I'm not sure what the market is for him. Right now, obviously Kuz will have more value, but I think only with like a contender or something like that, because they know if, let's say, you trade him to a bad team in the lottery right now, they know pretty much he gonna bounce. So you trade and you give him a bad assets just to lose him anyway, and who wants to do that? So I don't know. I think the Wizards just stuck where they are right now, man. You can make moves. I mean, they can pull a rabbit out there and do something. But I think they stuck where they are. They're going to have to figure it out.
Hey, man, like Cardell said, they are where they are until that button gets hit. That's where I'm at with it. Because everything's tied to the button that you hit last year. That's why I said the new button's a different color. It's slightly bigger. Appreciate you, Biggie C. We appreciate the comments, man, after each and every Wizards game. We truly do. Only thing about playing Gav at the end of the game was the Bulls started heating up from 3, and then I don't know how much he helps against that, maybe Taj.
You can say that about Porzingis. He was on the floor. They was picking on Porzingis. They do that game in, game out, pick and roll. If he don't come out, then the guard got a wide open shot for either from 3 or mid range. If he do hedges out to contest the guard's passing it to the big, and AD and last game and tonight Vucevic, they got a wide open mid range because he's not quick enough or fast enough or alert enough to get back to the big. So they're really picking on him. The only thing that messes up Gav, what I'm saying? The only thing messes up Gav is he's just undisciplined. Like you saw, he got caught with a couple fouls with the pump fakes and stuff. He's too into trying to get the block when he should be more. If he was more disciplined, he'd be great on that. But he has the athleticism to get out on the guard. He can stay with the guard long enough for the guard on the Wizards, whoever the guard may be, to get back to that man, and then he can get back to the big man. He's athletic enough to do that. It's just that sometimes he gets undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes he may hedge out too far, and then there's too much distance to cover to get back to the big, and then you still giving up a shot, even though his effort is there. He's fully aware what he's doing. Or they'll pump fake him, and he'll jump into him, and it's a foul. Now he done picked up 2 quick fouls. He got to go right back to the bench, and even though he's playing well, you know what I'm saying? And you got to understand from a coaching perspective that when he sees Gafford pick up 2 quick fouls, I'm pretty sure in West's mind sometimes it's like, man, mentally he's not locked in like he should be. He's being undisciplined, man. And what y'all don't realize is them 2 fouls hurt because now they 3 from the bonus. You see what I'm saying? So they already not good defensively. Now you close to giving them free points all the time. So he got to make a judgment call, and it's tough. So Gaff a lot of times need to just help himself stay disciplined, stay under control, and I think he'll get more minutes.
And again, going back to them just not being a good defensive team as a whole is why a lot of teams are able to put so much pressure on them.
Mm-hmm.
We see time where there's guards and whatnot, they close out horribly as a group. The closeouts are hardly ever under control, which leads to a rotation. The person who's rotating over usually isn't where they're supposed to be to begin with. So, you're giving straight line drives to people who shouldn't be giving straight line drives to. I think all of Vooch's threes were just wide open because of defense and whatnot. But man, it hurts. Area 11T said, "How our team needs to play more physical, stop looking for fouls." Yes, that would be nice. There's like 3 to 4 times in this game where looking for a call or hunting for a call directly led to transition buckets. Right, just play. If they blow the whistle, you get the call. If they don't blow the whistle, and the refs where they are right now, And I think it's hilarious. I think Ray, remember that? I think it was one thing where I think Denny felt like he got hit, and Josh Tippin was just like,
Oh, turned his
yeah,
back.
yeah, he turned his
He
back to
didn't even
him,
acknowledge him.
blocked him out. It didn't matter. The Bulls running the other way. Just who? But I'm not shocked KP plays so soft inside since his focus offseason was slimming down to be quicker. I mean, you just go ahead, Cardo.
Yeah, I heard the podcast. He was on, I think, Woj podcast, and he was talking about how he cut back on the weights. He said, and he literally said, when I lifted in Dallas, I was able to hold my position, but I felt a little slower. I wanted to be more agile, more quick, and stuff like that. I'm like, that sounds nice, but to me, you just didn't want to bang no more. That's all that was. And yeah, you put a little weight on or something like that, man. It's a thing called putting the right amount of weight on you all as well. I'm not even worried about the weight. Just be stronger, be more physical, be strong with the ball. That's a mentality. You see what I'm saying? Like guards should be scared of coming in and stick their hand in there and try to, because it might be an elbow coming or something like that. Like they know they're in danger, so they're hesitant to really go in there. You know what I'm saying? They don't fear that with him. We keep seeing the game. Teams are coming in and they're getting right into his chest and being physical because they know he don't like it. They know they can disrupt him, and if they disrupt him, it impacts the Wizards' chances of winning the game. That's just a mental thing. That's a mentality thing. And at the end of the day, you're 7-3, bro. You have a chance to be dominant inside, but you don't have the strength to maintain it. And then you get fatigued, so then you settle for being on the perimeter, which plays into their hands. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, every once in a while you're gonna shoot like you did. What was that against Minnesota when he was just bombing away? Yeah, because he's a skilled player, no doubt. But how many times can you do that for 82? So see what I'm saying? So you're not gonna be able to sustain that. Like you should be more concerned with what AD did the other night. That was embarrassing.
Hey, weren't too many threes involved in that.
Like you see the clips of the Clippers and certain teams and Phoenix Suns, they be doing post game lists. You should have went right in the weight room and just stayed in until it was time to leave for Chicago, because that's embarrassing, bro. He literally had most dudes averages that you would call most bigs a great game. Like he was knocking on 30 and 10 at halftime. And that was just him being a bully. Like when he dunked on you and Gaff and just swung on him. Come on, bro. At the crib? I mean, come on, man. Look at him, dog. So, yeah, he wants to be a guard, and they need him to be more of a big.
Do you see any of our teammates making the All-Star game and who would it beat? No.
Come on, man.
Nah. Danny played well this game, 4 steals, great passes.
Come on, what? I mean, he played solid. 10, 6 and 4, 4 of 8. Play solid. But again, defensively, did he slow down Levine and DeRozan?
Not enough. No one did tonight. They did whatever they felt like in the fourth, when they felt like it, just because they felt like it. 9 for 31 from 3. These foolish behind coaches say nothing allowed the guys to keep shooting and breaking. See, this I'll just jump in real quick. One, there's no way to know if the coaches are saying anything or not. And 2, they're grown and clearly going to do what they want to do. Thirdly, they're professionals. The Wizards, good players, literally make choices of, I have it going, getting downhill and go, I feel like shooting a 3. Like, I don't know. Like, if Kuz played inside out, Kuz, then you might have your all-star thing. But Kuz starts games, he gets rolling, gets going downhill, and then I feel like some of his mind's like, there's a certain number of threes I have to get up this game. And there they go. And then KP does it. Like tonight, you got to the line, 16 free throws tonight. You didn't need those threes tonight. I mean, when you got it going, cool, but you didn't need them tonight. I love Vooch to death. Vooch is not exactly fleet of foot. Why are you bailing him out? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you bailing him out?
You should have had 25 free throw attempts. This is when you I'm just going to dominate.
Mm-hmm.
Make up your mind. I'm going to dominate. We're going to win this game. I'm going to make sure we win this game. We need a W. I'm capable. I'm having a good game. I'm going to destroy your whole team. It's nothing you do. That's a mindset, man. So somebody on the team need to get that.
Or it's going to be it's just going to continue like this. Would never put money on either one of them two teams, and I'll just say the Commanders because they're closer than the basketball team is. So,
Never.
would never ever. I like the little bit of money I have. I'm not throwing it away like that. Kid Cap might have swung on Buddy if I was Denny. I mean, there's nothing to like for me. For the thing with Denny is you got to get to a consistent level of play to earn that respect for the refs. I don't get it, and that's for that whole team as a whole. They all whine and complain way too much. Then meanwhile, other teams other players, there's levels to that. Some of them don't have to say anything. They go to the line. Sometimes they don't get touched and they go to the line. But
they can. I posted a clip where the Laker game. So that mean law that Gafford called reached way back and dunked and he flexing, yeah. By the time he turned around, LeBron already dribbling up court, about to take off. And I can't tell you how many comments are like, man, this is why they need to just get back. What you celebrating for? You down 30. I'm like, exactly my point.
And again, we've been preaching this for the last week and a half, month. Every team in the league, even the teams that don't believe in running, you know what they know they could do against this thing? We running tonight. I'm just being honest.
It's on the menu.
Yeah,
every night against them
because they don't talk on defense, and they don't need guys don't trust each other. You can just see it, and they're undisciplined. I can't tell you what was that Patrick. What was he? Was it Patrick Williams got the reverse? No, somebody wasn't paying attention. Whatever, like completely not looking at the ball, and they got the easy lay-in or something like that from the Bulls, and I'm just like, wow. That's fundamental. You learn that in grade school as little kids. See man the ball, stay between your man and the goal. Those are the two most fundamental principles on defense. And yet we see them fail at those two fundamental things time and time again. If West has to teach them that, like start practice and be like, hey, we're going to work on staying between the man and the goal and seeing ball and man. If he has to do that in practice, then this season's wide. Like that means there's no hope. These are pros, man. They should know those things, man. No coach should have to coach that out of them.
At all. He doesn't get his hands up anymore and beat people to spots for players off the rim like he did early last year when he was locking up. From Area 11T. I'm not about to let this team stress me out. That's a good way to do it. You should not let this team stress you out because then it's a choice upon you. That's your choice at that point. With Will Barton on the course, basic 4 or 5 advantage for opponents, dude does nothing. There's many people on this team that do nothing on defense as a whole. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like Cardell said, I think Ray's mentioned as well, Will has to play better. We got a good game from Monte tonight, but the Denver guys haven't yet delivered on what they were supposed to be delivering on thus far this season. I think the only addition that had before was cut short was DeLon consistently. And currently
meanwhile, KCP, one of their better defenders, he out there hooping.
No comments do I have at all.
That's a Wizard tradition. Go all the way back to Bullets. Dudes leave and they just hoop.
And that's why I'm low-key sitting here like I'm expecting if I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm halfway expecting to see who comes and gets Rui and what happens. Just because of that tradition. It's a long-standing tradition, like you said, and it's hardly ever wrong.
Matter of fact, the Wizards got a championship in Detroit.
Yep.
2004.
Ben Wallace, Rip.
They got a championship. They got a whole championship in Detroit. Should be here.
Boy, I gotta love the classic Wizards experience. Area 11T is a perfect way to close things out, man. Look, they got the Clippers up next, right?
Yep.
You got the Clippers on Saturday. Then you got Brooklyn, I think, on Monday. And then you head back out west, where nobody out west is just to be taken lightly at right now. Nobody. Like you can't even look at the Kings and be like, "Oh man, at least we got Sacramento." Right now, it's kind of like, please, I don't want smoke, Sacramento. Sacramento is just bothering people right now. Like it's not fun.
And bro, this one.
I'm sorry. The Pacers on Fridays. You got Pacers Clippers. I apologize this week.
Oh, yo. So This is what I'm saying. So the best team in the East right now, Boston Celtics, best team in the league record-wise right now. They're beating the Suns by 27 right now at the half.
Mhm.
With Chris Paul returning, Devin Booker, all those boys, beating the brakes off of them. They just came off the finals run. They are not playing. This is what I'm looking at the Wizards for. I'm like, y'all haven't done anything. What? Come on, like I know y'all feel me. It's like, what's going on? The lack of urgency, the lack of discipline, the lack of execution. Like Boston, like they hooping like we gave a championship away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So y'all can't talk about all this winning stuff when we see what a winning formula is night in, night out. These boys only got 5 L's. The season started late October. They've only lost 5 times since late October, y'all. Come on, man.
While losing a coach. Just to throw
All
that on
this
top of
money,
it.
all
Yeah.
this
Yeah. Mm. Just for the added degree of difficulty. Like,
that tells you how far the Wizards are from being that to even being able to compete with that.
It's tough. All right, just play these last few comments real quick. How many ex-Wizards have chips? Big O said too many, man.
Yeah.
Anthony Tony making his weekly appearance. Fire sale. You think the Wizards would notice that trend, wouldn't you? Look, man, I don't know. But again, so I'm sorry. Pacers, Clippers, you got the back-to-back Friday, Saturday.
And the Pacers hooping, man. But they like 4th and
Yeah.
they 5th.
Yeah.
Tied for 5th in the East.
And Ty Halliburton is I fast forwarded his application on the Wizards list. He just on it.
Look, he should be starting point guard in the All-Star game in the Eastern
Mhm.
Conference. He should be the starting point guard.
Like it's tough. It's
And
tough.
that rookie they got, Mathar,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They got young killers over there. Buddy Hield, look at him, man. Oh man. And then even the teams, Chicago just beat them. You gotta worry about them. You still gotta worry about the Miami Heat. They just gotta get healthy. They're gonna go on the run eventually. And even the young teams are hell to beat. Orlando play you tough. Detroit play you tough. When LaMelo get back with Charlotte, they probably gonna go on a little run or something like that. You can't afford to give up these games. And most importantly, night in, night out, you can't afford to keep beating yourself.
All right, so I'm just gonna share this next week. I'm not trying to be very bad news or anything. You got Pacers on Friday. We know we've seen the Pacers a couple times this year. They don't mind seeing the Wizards. You got the Clippers on Saturday and the return of John. And it looks like there's a possibility that Android and PG might be available. So you might get a close to full strength Clippers team. You get the Nets back, and I think Ben Simmons will be there for that game. So they get Ben back. You're a team that doesn't like to get back in transition. That should be interesting. Same thing for playing John Wall. You get John Wall and Ben Simmons back to back. So you get Tyrese Halliburton, John Wall, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons back to back. You get the Nuggets on the road. You start the road trip in Denver. Clippers in LA. Lakers in LA. Suns. Jazz, Kings. You have the Kings right before Christmas.
They only, bro. So John, he got a knee injury. They say he might be out short term. Hold on, left knee injury management. If I know him like I think I do, unless it's real serious, that boy playing on Saturday. He gonna make sure he play on Saturday. If I know him like I think I do, I'm covering him. He gonna have a point to prove, and the rest of his team gonna come just to prove that point. Plus, they need a W. They just lost to Orlando on the road, bad loss and stuff. They're gonna be on one. So, man, look, they better do something, bro. They gonna look up and be in the 20s and the loss column by the end of the month.
Quick, and that's before Christmas. They come back for Christmas with the Sixers, the Suns, the Magic, which again we keep telling y'all, no one's enjoying playing Orlando. And then you get Cardell's favorite person in the whole wide world to start to start the new year. You get Giannis. Start 2023. Again, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. Just let you know what's going on, because these missed opportunities, these winnable games, yeah. And the closer we get to the All-Star break, some of the teams are going to start ratcheting things up. Some people play more minutes. You know what? It gets to that time of year. Hey, man. Just letting y'all know what's coming up. But we'll see y'all Friday. Don't forget, come watch the games with us in our playback room. Looking forward to it. Just come hang out with us, watch the game. We know you guys are gonna watch it because you come here afterwards and tell us about it, which we truly appreciate. But y'all have a great night. See y'all Friday.